All right. So a little bit about me. A little bit about me. My name is Princewill. My name is Princewill Omorogiuwa. I I run a I run a digital marketing agency. Um, we have run we have run that agency now for I've run that agency now for about 15 years. So that's quite a while that's quite a while in digital marketing. In fact, I got into digital marketing before the terminology social media was even coined. So that's quite a while ago. We're talking about 2004, 2005. So that's 15, 16 years ago. So that's a while. I'm also involved with Simon Page and Simon Page College of Marketing. Simon Page College of Marketing started about 13 years ago. So a little bit about myself. I started this agency out of a certain desire to make sure that as a marketing person, that I wasn't going to be blindsided by this thing called digital marketing. And what happened was I used to teach marketing. I used to teach marketing in England many years ago. Chartered Institute of Marketing courses many years ago. And because I was in England, I had the opportunity or the privilege of teaching many people from around the world. I think in that time that I was in England, I trained people from over 100 different countries. And then I noticed one day that I noticed that there was increasingly, I was getting increasingly more emails, for marketing companies. I also noticed that I was also increasingly beginning to get more invitations for what we now call social media pages. For some of you, you might remember companies like MySpace, for example, and that really, really, really intrigued me. Now, for someone who had spent quite some time in marketing and marketing training, the opportunities that I saw that digital marketing could bring to marketing was so compelling that I had to simply get involved. Now, for marketing, one of the things that we keep talking about is our ability to precisely reach our target audiences with our messages. But not just the ability to reach them, but also we want to know if we actually did reach them. We want to know what they felt about the messages that we're sending out to them. And at the time, I felt like, oh my gee, that this thing called digital marketing was going to become like a holy grail for marketing people. And I keep saying marketing people because I was convinced then, as I am now, that for people who work in marketing, especially, that in the years to come, and we're already beginning to see that play out. But this was my thinking at the time, 15 years ago, when I saw the way it was going, that if anyone was working in marketing and they did not have digital skills, that their careers were in danger. But as it turns out, in many sectors, we tend to go through an evolution. So many companies were hiring people for digital marketing. But you will agree with me now that if you're getting a job today in marketing, your digital skills will be assumed. So increasingly, more and more organizations are expecting more of their marketing people to have digital skills. But you see, this phenomenon called digital marketing is not only for people who are working in marketing per se. We also find significant implications for people who are running, who are running their own business or trying to run their own business, either full-time or on the side as a side hustle, part-time. Lots of implications, lots of implications for that. And as I was in England at the time, I kept saying to myself that how do we, now that I have seen what this thing can do or its potential, I started my journey with digital, with Google, search engine optimization, optimizing websites, running search campaigns, and the results were outstanding. So one of the things that drove me at the time was how to bring this learning, how to bring this capability, how to bring all of these to Africa. How do we make sure, how can I, in my own little way, make sure that our people are able to learn these skills? Because the thing about digital marketing is that once you know how to do it, once you are capable and competent in it, it doesn't matter, the skills are the same. It's like computer programming. If you understand the language, there are no borders for you. The opportunities that you have no longer are opportunities within Kenya or in the sub-region, they become global opportunities. So in effect, you can be in Nairobi and target businesses in the South of America, or businesses in China or in Australia. So these skills are universal skills. So how do we bring this? And that's one of the things that motivated me at the time to set up Simon Page 13, 14 years ago, to set up Simon Page, so that we can use that platform as a tool to train as many of our people as possible for them to be globally competitive. So that is what it is. That has driven me. All right. So I've got a background. I've got a background in marketing. That has always been core for me. But I found out along my journey that digital marketing capabilities made me incredibly more effective as a marketing person, and so that has, so that led me to set up Simon Page, to running our marketing courses, and now offering the digital marketing courses, to the extent that we now offer these programs across the continent. So we've got people who are training with Simon Page from Kenya, from Nigeria, from Ghana, where we have substantive offices, but also people training from Rwanda, Malawi, Zambia, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Sudan, South Sudan. And it will have been impossible. And when you think about it, it will have been impossible for us to be able to reach people in Tanzania or in Zambia, all right, if it was not for the potentialities of digital marketing. So it is some of those things that I'm going to try and share with you today, to see, for us to see what is possible, and share a bit of my experiences. So I speak to you not only as somebody who is a marketing person. I'm a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Marketing UK. I've been a fellow for many years now. I trained with the CIM. I qualified many years ago. Run Simon Page in Ghana, in Nigeria, and in Kenya, in substantive offices. But I'm also privileged to also run a digital marketing agency, Third Floor Digital, which has got offices in Nairobi, Kenya. We also have offices in Ghana. We have offices in Nigeria. We have, we support multinational clients. Hire lots of young people, which is something that I'm particularly very proud of. Providing opportunity. So the things I'm going to share with you are things that we do. We do on a daily basis, and we have seen, during this COVID era, particularly, that we actually are busier as an agency, as a digital marketing agency. We are actually busier this period. Whilst other people are slowing down, clients are actually seeing the importance of digital marketing. Clients that were not using it before and now beginning to use it. So for people who are listening to this, that is some evidence that actually we can use digital marketing to future-proof our careers. We don't know how all of this is going to play out, but we do know that being able to use technology, in any way, shape, or form, whether to reach people or whether to communicate, is going to be the way to go. Let's see. Let's check out. Let's see how many of us are still here. So these are some dates that I've put up here. All right, 1994, 1995, 1998, 04, 05, and 06. Now these dates are dates that people who are in digital marketing will not, cannot afford to forget, because things happened on these dates that really, really changed the world that we live in. So I'm going to go into, so you go into your chat and tell me, and I want you to assign dates to these organizations. So these dates, 94, 95, 98, 04, 05, 06. I want you to tell me which of these companies started out on these dates. Let's go. Let's see who knows these, who knows their stuff. So the first one there is Facebook. The first one there is Facebook. Can someone tell me? Yes, Facebook. What do we have? Yes. Please use the chat. Yes, are we there? All right, so I can see some of it. I can see 2004, 2000 and that. Okay, what about Amazon? Please don't go and search on Google. All right, what about Amazon? All right, let's go. Twitter, eBay, come on, let's go. YouTube. Yes. I'm sure we have Judith. Thank you for your response. Ishmael, Mwangi, thank you very much. Twitter 2006, excellent, thank you. Yes, let's go. Amazon 94, that's 26 years ago. All right, thank you very much. What about eBay? Does anybody even remember eBay? We don't hear about them again these days. eBay. What about YouTube? Was YouTube 1995? Was YouTube 1995? eBay 95. So that means, so does that mean that eBay was before Google? I mean, when you think about it, Google looks like they've been with us forever. There are people on this, there are people in this meeting today who grew up with Google. So there are people in this chat, in this meeting today who are how old? 21, 20 years old, 22 years old. Excellent. So these dates are really, really important dates. But let's see, what about 2007? What about 2007? Something really, really epoch happened in 2007. Yes, 2007. Something happened something happened in 2007 that literally changed everything. All right, and it is still with us today, 13 years on. Yes. 2007. Now, 2007, Tess, can you unmute can you unmute people who want to speak? So 2007, this 2007 just happened. I think I'm pretty much giving it away here. In 2007, that happened. Yes, 2007. Judith says iOS launch. Okay, iOS launch 2007. Thank you. So thank you very much. So in 2007, that happened. In 2007, we had mobile. All right. So 2007, Steve Jobs, I think it was June 29th, launched mobile. And since that time, everything has changed. In fact, it's changed so much that Google now has search just for mobile. All right, Google has changed search. Google has changed search so that it is search for mobile. All right, the interface and all that is changed. So it has significantly changed our world. So what is digital marketing? We say it is the use of digital channels to promote or to market goods and services to consumers and to businesses. And the use of digital channels, to promote, to market goods and services to consumers and businesses. I like this definition because it's really, really simple. You find other definitions online, but I like this one because it doesn't speak to any particular channel or platform or tools. It's channels, and it goes to the heart of it, all right, to promote or market goods and services, not just to individuals, but also to businesses too, as well. All right, but what benefits has this brought? What sort of benefits has digital marketing brought to people? So just to put in perspective, one, we say that consumers are now in control. All right. So for example, from a banking perspective, you don't really need to wait for the month to end before you get statements, for example. All right. You don't need to go into the bank. We don't need to go into the banking hall to make transfers or to send monies to people or to check balances, for example. All right. We don't need to do all that anymore. All right. It has put us in control. All right, it makes things so much easier in so many different sectors. Now, from a business point of view, all right, whatever it is, whatever technologies are available that is going to make life easier for customer is something that businesses will certainly be in favor of. In addition, also convenient. All right, also convenient. All right. Now, especially in these COVID times, I mean, can we imagine how difficult our lives will have been if we're able to buy things online or have things, have them delivered to us? How difficult it will have been. All right. It will not have been possible. I mean, when you think about it 10 years ago, all right, you think about it 10, 15 years ago, this session that we are having would not have been possible. All right. Here we're delivering a presentation that can significantly change the course of people's lives, literally. All right, and I'm delivering this session from West Africa to very enthusiastic people in East Africa who are all, who are in the comfort of their homes. All right, so the convenience that it presents is significant. And because we can track what people are doing online, All right, because we know what they're doing, it becomes possible for us to offer them stuff. We can customize things, personalize offerings that can also help us build loyalty. And on this screen, you can see my name. You can see my name everywhere. All right, you can see my name. I can see different parts, different parts of this. So so Amazon knows who I am. All right, and because it can tell what my purchase history is, it means that it is possible for them to continue to offer me goods and services that will much more closely match my needs. And this is great. Right? So we're saying that it can help build loyalty. In addition to that, it is also cost effective. So these are campaigns. So these are campaigns that will run. That will run from the agency for clients. And when you look at some of the numbers that we have, I'm here in this cycle. I mean $0.004, $0.001, and this $0.004 that you can see here. Let me just highlight that a little bit more. That you can see there. It's this is per thousand. All right, this is 0.004 per thousand. All right, this is engagement. This is per thousand. So this is nothing in terms of money, and this is current. These are campaigns that are running, right this very minute. So it can be incredibly cost effective, and this is one of the things that makes digital so powerful. All right, not only the fact that we can run campaigns for lots of, for very little amount of money per individual. All right, it's also the case that everything is trackable. All right, everything is trackable. We can tell what is going on. We can target people. All right, so I can target people who are in coast, for example. I can target particular counties. All right, I can target particular parts of the region. I can target Kisumu, for example. If the analysis shows that there are more people who are after my products and services in that part of the country. So it's incredibly measurable. We can't have, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter how big Citizen TV is, with all the radio stations that they have. If we're to sit down and have a professional conversation about effectiveness of marketing channels, it will be impossible for anyone for any of these traditional channels to be able to justify the effectiveness down to the last bob, all right, of the tools, of the channels that they use. All right, so for example, if you run a radio campaign, for example, you run something on TV, all right, they use CAF data, all right, Kenya Audience Research, they use CAF data to tell the client that their advertising reach the million people, all right, that the advertising on radio reached 500,000 people, 800,000 people. I sit in those presentations and I just say, oh, geez. And these guys believe this. All right? And they believe this because there's nothing else for them to go on with. Now, in digital, when we deliver presentations on digital marketing, we break these down. All right? I can tell you the demographics of the people. I can tell you how much time they spent on it, for example, where they went to from the website, which actions they took, which events they clicked on, which part of the website they actually went to. We can break it down to that level of detail. If it happens online, whether on social media or whether it happens on your website, we can tell you exactly what it is that is going on. And the reason why that is important, and the reason why this is so much different. I mean, when you think about it, all right, you buy radio advertising. or you buy tick advertising for a month. You send it to Citizen, or you send it to Classic, or other radio stations, or other radio stations, for example. And then you tell them to run it for a month, for example. All right, run it for a month. Now, it runs for a month. They schedule it, it runs. Somebody's microphone is on. Can you kindly mute it, please? All right. Can you kindly mute the microphone? All right, so, so they run it for a month. Now, we don't know if for the entire month, if the campaign is being effective or not. What happens is at the end of the month, they can tell you that, it had X number of impressions, it reached X number of people, blah, 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 and that's it. Now, in digital, when the campaign starts running, all right, it starts running today, all right, we are checking the campaign, we're checking the campaign every single day. All right, we're checking it against all the KPIs, all the objectives for the particular campaign. And if for some reason, let's say after 7 days, we find that it is not achieving what we're expecting to achieve, we begin to optimize the campaign. All right, we can run all kinds of tests, A/B tests, ABC tests, all sorts of tests, and we keep on tweaking and optimizing the campaign to make sure that the campaign is working. Because we can see, for example, that people in Nairobi are not engaging with a particular campaign. The question is why? Why are we getting more engagement in Mombasa than we're getting in Kisumu? Why are we getting more in Kisumu than we're getting in Meru, for example? Why is it not as much in Meru as we're getting in Yeri, for example? So what is going on here? All right. So with digital, we can do all of that and begin to make sure that we're chasing the results that really, really matter, that really, really matter to the client. And of course, we can be immediate. All right, this is an iconic photograph from Obama when he won the second term. We can be immediate. All right, when you think about it, it is not possible for you to jump on trends using traditional media. All right, you can't just buy a spot on TV today for something that's happening, for something that's happened right now. You can't. All right, but we can put up an ad right now on digital. Whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Google, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Twitter, we can put it now, this very minute. All right, right now, we can put it on. Okay, so that's a good thing. It means that we can use digital to be responsive, and this is a big deal. We can use digital to be responsive to the needs of our clients. All right, which means that we actually do add value. When you think about the fact that consumers' needs are fluid. All right, that is fluid. We don't have time to wait for the end of a campaign before we respond to stuff. We don't have that time to respond. Something happens now, we want to get on top of it now. And the way to do that now is through digital. All right, so it means that organizations will value those people that enables them to respond quickly to the ever-changing demands in the marketplace. So that is a great thing when it comes to digital. And then of course, conversations, engagement. This is a mantra. All right. Now, when we go back, when we look at traditional, it doesn't matter how many millions of shillings you spend running advertising on radio or advertising on TV or advertising in newspapers. It doesn't matter how much money you spend doing that. All right, you've got no tribe. All right, there's no tribe. You don't have any tribe. All right, you don't have a community of people. You don't have a community of people that you regularly will engage with. All right, you don't have them. And if you don't have a community of people, how do you know how your messages actually is affecting these people? All right, how will you know how the message is affecting your people? There's really no way of knowing. So this is a big deal. That with digital, All right, especially with social media, we can, we can actually have conversations. We can actually have conversations and engage with our target audience, right? Wherever they may be, however they may be. We get in real time. We get in real time what their mood is and how they feel about 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 how our product, services, or initiatives affect them. Many times, I laugh many times when we are in these meetings and especially when it comes to social media. And then some of you guys might have experienced the same in your place of work. And somebody says, oh, really? All these fines that you have on your page, how does that translate into sales? All right? How does that translate into sales? And I said, damn, come on, guys. What do you mean that how does it translate? You say, yeah, because it's all vanity, all right? It's all vanity. You have so many people on your social media, but at the end of the day, how does it translate into sales? And I asked them, and I said, last year, your company spent 5 million shillings on public relations. Can you tell me how that translated into sales? All right, last year, your company spent 20 million shillings on billboard advertising around the country. Can you tell me how that translated into sales? All right, and I said, it is not always about sales. Of course, there are people who buy stuff because of the messages that you put online. But we can't track that because they get the messages online and then they go engage with you offline. All right, I said, but that also misses the point. Because any business that is able to be in touch with the mood of its target audience, any business, all right, will get a sense of what it is that makes them tick. All right. So for example, we've had situations with clients where someone in a remote part of the country was complaining about product quality. All right. Now, because of digital and because of social media, the client was able to quickly identify the part of the country where and arrested it. Now, imagine if these platforms did not exist. That person would not even know where to go home to speak with. All right. And what will they do? They will not buy again. All right. They will just simply move to the competition. Not because they wanted to, but there was no outlet for them to complain. All right. And there are so many other activities and initiatives that we deploy, that generate these conversations with the target audience. They know, they feel that you care about them, and that is the reason why. That becomes the reason why they will continue to do business with you. All right, so we need to take a long-term approach when it comes to this, when it comes to how we interpret that. Now I'm going to play, and of course we can also use it for product. We also use it for product demonstrations. I'm not sure if you will hear the sound for this, but frankly, you don't really need the sound. All right, it will speak for itself. So let's see if we can play this.
Digital marketing.
Fantastic, fantastic. All right, all right. No matter how many times, I play this video, it cracks me up. Now when you consider the length of this demonstration video, you also realize that it would not have been possible to use traditional media to promote this. It would not have been possible because of the length of it. All right. And once you put these online, then you also benefit from virality, which means that people will enjoy it, people will share it, people will keep doing that. So significant benefits when it comes to understanding how digital works and understanding how to use it also very, very effectively. So the new reality that we have now is that we're moving from fixed marketing plans to agile marketing planning. When you think about it, in this COVID times, all right, especially in this COVID time, you'll find that those organizations that were already into digital were the ones that were also quickest off their feet. All right, so we can no longer be in that space. We can no longer be in that space where we set marketing plans at the beginning of the year, and then we just continue with that plan without any changes. Now, what we have found is that in my experience, in the time that we have been working with clients, there's never been a single financial year, not a single financial year where we did not have to amend, adapt, change plans, to reflect what was going on in the marketplace. We're moving from mass media to more personalized targeting, from broadcast messaging to igniting engagement with target audience. All right, cross-channel integration, real-time, always on. All right, so it's not the case where you will choose that, okay, all right, based on the seasonality of our products and services, based on that seasonality, we should only advertise in February and in July. All right, no, all right, our customers expect more. So it's now more real time and then more always on. And we are focusing a lot more now on customers, on customer journeys. All right, so this is the new reality. And with this new reality, it means that we need to have a toolbox. We need to have a toolbox that we use to help us get the most out of digital marketing. And that is what it is, that we're about in our quest to improve the lot and the performance of our organization. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Okay, great. All right, so what do we have? What do we have in this toolbox? All right, you probably have heard the expression that content is king. All right, in digital, it is the case that content is king. So content marketing, all right, there's content marketing, there's online advertising. cross platforms, all right? Not just on social media, but across platforms, all right? With Google ads, there are video ads, there are search ads. You know, there's also SEO under website optimization. There's also the social media side of things, mobile, email marketing, and then of course there's analytics. All right, there's analytics. So all of these, this is what we're saying that as marketing people, all right, as people who are getting into digital, all right, we'll wrap all of these around in digital marketing strategy. We need to know what to use when and when. All right, we need to know how to tweak campaigns to get the most result for the least amount of money. All right, efficiency, cost effectiveness. There are all kinds of tools out there that we learn how to use to help us get the best results for our organizations. Increasingly, more and more businesses will depend on us. Will depend on the digital marketing effort, especially now. The digital marketing effort to help the organization survive, all right, to survive and then thrive in the coming months and in the coming years. So how are we going to do this? All right, we're saying that it is important. All right, the same way, if it is a case that somebody wants to have brain surgery, they don't go look for a carpenter. All right, you don't look for a carpenter. If you've got plumbing problems at home, you don't go find a barber. All right, the demand for people with digital marketing skills, all right, is so heightened. But I tell people, you know, who are looking for jobs in markets, I said, do you realize that it is easier for you to get a job, all right, with digital marketing skills than it is for you to get a job with a master's degree in marketing? And the reason is simple, because there are things you're going to learn on the program today that you're going to be using at work tomorrow. All right, tomorrow. You learn it today, you can use it tomorrow, and you can see the results tomorrow. All right, we've had people on this course. We've had people on this course who learned in the course, they learned in the program, they learned how to create search ads. They learned how to create search ads. They created their search ads right there in front of us. It went online. All right. By the time they came into class, the next day or the other day, all right, they had already made their sale. Now, this is now we might think, oh yeah, maybe they sell food, or maybe they sell wigs for ladies' hair. So it's pretty simple. No. All right, they sell what this ladies' company does. What they sell is not anything that you will even imagine. All right, in the course of a normal day, we don't even interface. All right, most of us would not even interface with that kind of product. All right, you know what it is. All right, she sells the blades, all right, the blades that they use for guillotines in printing presses. That's what she sells. All right, they're expensive items, they are very specialized items, but that is what digital does. All right, that advertising cost her less than $10, and the business she got from Mombasa, and yet she was in the Simon Page lecture room creating this advertising. So this worked. In fact, the sale she made from that product was enough to pay for her course. All right, so we're saying that if we want to go into something, then we need to try and do it properly. All right, we need to do it properly, and we know now for a fact that there's a lot of value. There's a lot of value in people becoming certified. All right, so what is it? All right, so who is this for? I've mentioned before. For people who are working in marketing, it's almost like you have no choice. All right, because marketing people without digital skills are going to become like the proverbial dinosaurs. They will simply die out, extinct. There will be no use for them. Small business owners do not have the resources. They don't have the resources for mainstream advertising. All right, they don't have the resources, so they need to learn how to make this work. All right, I have helped several small businesses in Nairobi get online. All right, and their businesses are thriving, even or especially in these times of lockdown. And it's also useful for people who are trying to change careers, who are trying to pursue a career in digital. All right, this works, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you are now in Nairobi, you're thinking of living. These skills are portable. You can take them anywhere, everywhere, and even work from home if necessary. All right. So the way the program has been designed, just to give you a bit of taste, the way it's been designed. All right. Over 10 modules. So you get to learn about the principles. All right. How to develop objectives. You know, how to do research. For example, things about customer journeys. And then you delve into content marketing. Now, this program that you are going to be on is in its 8th iteration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is version 8. All right. What that means is that the program is being refreshed, renewed every time. 12 months, 6 months feedback. Whenever you're on the program, you are sure that what you're getting is relevant, temporary, and not for that day. All right, in order for you to be effective. So the concept and the strategies, developing a content plan, curating, publishing, the metrics, the performance, all of these. All right, we'll learn this, how to put together content calendars, you know, how to know if it's working, what kind of platforms you're going to use. Fantastic stuff. All right, and content marketing isn't going anywhere. You know, and to be clear, when we started this program a couple of years ago, all right, there was no unit, there was no module for content marketing. All right, but as content marketing became more and more critical, all right, in delivering digital marketing effectiveness, that was now introduced. And the reason why this is the case is because the people, all right, the people who inform the syllabus are the same organizations that were using the platforms. All right, so the DMI is based in Ireland for a good reason, because all the tech companies, all right, all the tech companies, Google, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, the big agencies are the same people who are informing the content of the DMI curriculum. All right. Now, when we deliver presentations to clients, all right, there's always that guy in the room who has a social media account, or that man in the room, all right, who has been taught how to use Instagram by his daughter, all right, who believe that they are experts. So it's always interesting. It's always interesting when we are able to take them to recesses within social media that they never thought existed. That they never thought. All right. So before someone in this audience says, social media marketing, we know what it is, please just hold your horses. All right. We have no idea, especially when it comes to social media insights. All right, what is contained in there, and also the speed and the pace with which these platforms are innovating. I mean, many years ago, when Facebook or Twitter makes a change, they announce it. Now they don't bother anymore because it's pointless. It's pointless to keep on announcing changes. They might announce 10 changes in a day. It's pointless. You log into the platform, everything is changed. You deal with it. All right, you go read up in the knowledge bank what is happening, what the implications are. You quickly adapt, all right, learn, and optimize things so that your clients can continue to get the necessary benefits. Search engine optimization, my very first love with digital, my very first love. you know. And I always tell delegates in the sessions, you know, that this will get you a job really quickly, all right? When you are in those interviews, and you mention SEO, all right? When we have the session on SEO, I'll tell you exactly what that is. I'm still very involved in this content, and I teach the SEO module. I teach the SEO module for the DMI program. So the fundamentals, aligning SEO with the objectives, the keywords, the last big campaign that I was involved in, between SEO and search advertising, we're working with about 6,000 different keywords. You know, our most successful SEO for an insurance company we're optimizing 20 keywords for insurance. And insurance is arguably one of the most difficult industry verticals to optimize for. Very expensive from a search advertising point of view, and equally incredibly competitive from an SEO perspective. By the time our contract was over, we worked for that company for about 3 years. You know, 19 of those keywords were on the first page of Google, and the 20th one was on the second page. So that was really good, something that we're particularly very proud of. So SEO is a big deal. It's not something that many people understand, you know, much less the clients. People talk about it. So if you have some capability within SEO, you already would consider a notch higher. And paid search, how to create the campaigns, how to manage the campaigns, how to optimize the campaigns. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, the last big campaign that we ran was about 6,000 words. All right, you know, we use negative keywords, we use broad searches, we used the different variations for keywords. It was fantastic. You know, it was great. And guess what? You know, this is a part that will really trip you. Guess what? We were working on this campaign in Africa for a client in the UK. Like I said to you guys before, all right? It doesn't matter, all right? It doesn't matter. These skills are universal. You know how to do it, That's it. All right? In the beginning of that campaign, you know, the client was trying to pay attention to what we're doing. And in 2 weeks, I mean, this was a 6-week campaign. In 2 weeks, it became very clear to them that these guys that we're dealing with in Africa are experts. All right, so just let them be. All right, okay, just let them be. Fascinating stuff. And then, of course, display and video advertising. So the paid search, we use Google advertising platform. The video and display advertising also use the Google advertising platform as well. All right. So all the rudiments within this, we'll get to learn them within this program. So all the advertising that you see online, you will learn how this advertising, how they are created. The ones you find on Facebook, the ones you also find on various websites. You also probably discover how some people also make money from video advertising on YouTube, and also on other websites using AdSense. Email marketing, all favorites. All right, email marketing is fantastic, incredibly cost effective. I know how many products and services, especially software, I have bought on the back of people sending me emails that literally just did it for us. As a business, as I on page, we depend on email marketing platforms a lot. All right, and it can get really sophisticated. All right, really sophisticated when used properly. So you will learn how to set up what tools are out there, how to use them creatively, and how to use them incredibly professionally to achieve the results for your organization. Website optimization. You see, in all of these things we speak about digital, all right, your digital strategy needs to have a hub. All right, you need to have a hub. And for many organizations, that hub is their website. So it doesn't matter whether they have all of these different social media handles, all right? They have all of them. And by the way, we don't need to use all of the different handles. We don't need to use all of the different platforms. We use what it is that is relevant to our business and also based on which platforms our target audience are also using. Now, so if we are using our website as a hub, then we need to make sure that our website is world-class. Simple. All right, that our website is world-class. All right, are the principles, all right, user-centered design, optimizing the website, what kinds of metrics we're using, what kind of platforms that we use, all right, what kind of platforms, all right, when we get into SEO, for example, all right, when we get into SEO, for example, we will share some of those, some of those things with you, all right, what platforms can you use to get the most out of the website that can give you control to do the kind of things that you thought was only possible by people who are living in other parts of the world. No, all right. The tools are here, all right. The tools are available, and the skills can be deployed. All right. You will develop capabilities that you never thought was possible in our time and in this space. All right. That will make you truly competitive. All right, I will make you, by the end of this program, I keep saying, by the end of this program, people find that all of a sudden, they have been listened to at work. And you know why? Because you will know more than 95% of people who are currently working in marketing. More than 95%. You're going to be that top 5% of the people. All right, and you will see that your results will significantly improve. Now, this is that part of digital that totally sets me on fire. This bit, analytics, totally sets me on fire. Totally. All right. And Google gives this away for free. I tell people, I said, if you can learn, all right, if you can learn 10%, I didn't say 20, I didn't say 50, I didn't say 70. If you can learn 10% of GA or Google Analytics, if you can learn 10%, you can set up a consulting practice. 10%. All right, 10%. You will know more than 99% of the people. It's fantastic when you see what is possible with analytics. All right, linked with other tools is extremely crazy. What you can see, the visualizations, etc. It is totally off the charts. This bit. When you start speaking this language in those meetings, when somebody is talking, you say, okay, hang on, let us see what analytics is saying. Let us check and see if this is making an impact or not. You find that you are being driven by data. You are making data-driven decisions, not just because somebody thinks so. I remember a couple of years ago, a client said to me that, oh, it looks like X and Y is no longer working. Right? It looks like engagement on this and this is no longer working. And I said, really? I said, why did you say that? He said, yeah, yeah, I can just feel that is what is going on. I said, okay. I said, you give me 2 days. I said, give me 2 days and I'll come back to you. In 2 days, I had a report. I had a report like for like. I had a report that showed what was going on now and what was going on 3 months ago, that he was trying to compare with. Against every single metric, we were off the charts. So we no longer just deal with gut feel. All right. If I'm going to run an ad, for example, I can test the two creatives. All right. I can test different fonts. I can test different positioning. All right. I can see the results, and based on that, I can decide, okay, I'm going to go with B and not A. It's incredible. All right. Absolutely incredible. So we take away the guesswork. Analysis helps you take away the guesswork. And the good thing is, you don't wait until the campaign is done. All right, until the campaign is over before you start looking backwards. When I got into analytics, many years ago, I got into it many years ago, 15 years ago. The data was not real time. We used to get it the next day. So if I'm checking now, if I'm checking now, I can only see from yesterday. All right. But when we run these courses, for example, people can see their numbers in class, right there in class. Fantastic. So you can imagine what that can help us achieve in terms of real-time decision making. Excellent stuff. All right. So these are some of the things that we'll be getting, that you'll be learning within the program. All right. And then you now need to wrap all of these, because by themselves, all right, by themselves, they don't form strategy. All right. You still need to envelope them, with a particular focus, with objectives. All right. So this part of it is the big picture. All right. Why are we going with this kind of approach and not that approach? Why are we using these tools first and not the other one, etc.? Why are we doing this and not that? All right. Why do we need these objectives now? Why didn't we have the objectives? So this part of it, all right, this part of it is what wraps it up. All right. And the lady who takes this part of the program is excellent, fantastic lady. All right. She's been doing this for us. She's done all of this. She's done all of this programs. I think in Kenya, she probably is the one who has trained the most directly with the DMI itself. All right. So you will learn it the way it is meant to be. All right. After you've learned about all of the tools, you will now wrap this up very nicely with digital marketing strategy. All right. And unlike other kinds of training that people get, okay, they're practical exercises, interactive. All right. Very interactive, very informative. All right. For example, think about it. For example, when it comes to SEO, all right, when it comes to SEO, we do it, all right. Everyone in the session is given their own individualized website, which we create because we can, all right, because we have an agency, so we do it. So everyone has their own individualized website. And they will actually, during the session, they will actually be optimizing web pages that they have created with content, etc. All right. And we use certain tools to help track their progress when it comes to that. So that the next day when you get into work, you can actually put the skills and competencies that you just acquired into use immediately, right there. You can put them into use. All right. Let me pause there quickly and see if anyone has got questions that they would like me to answer right away. So I say, is it right to say that it depends on the kind of product you sell or market? The air ambulance services. Air ambulance services need both traditional and digital. Okay, great question. Fantastic question. All right. So this is not okay. So this is not to say that businesses should never ever use traditional marketing. All right. That's not it at all. We're saying that, let's say, for example, all right, before now you have 100% of your budget being spent on traditional marketing. All right, being spent on traditional marketing. There is, for example, there is a role for outdoor advertising, for example. All right, because people are stuck in traffic, there's opportunities for you to remind people of your messaging, of your products, and your services. So that is great. All right, we're saying that instead of spending 100% of your budget on traditional advertising, you should consider spending 80%, 90%, and spending 10%, 20%, 15% on digital. All right, so that you can get a synergistic benefit of both worlds. All right, let's be clear that the businesses that have been using traditional advertising all these years have been successful. All right, they have been successful. Okay, what we're saying now is that they can be even more effective all right, when they combine that with digital. So there's a role with digital, especially because of its interactive nature. Now, the question as to the type of product or service that you're in, all right? Now, whatever it is that you are in, whatever product or service that you're in, whether you sell soap or whether you're a charity, whether you are air ambulance services or whether you provide legal services. The question is, in which space are your target audience spending their time? Now, if your target audience is spending the majority of their time watching TV, all right, or a good chunk of your set on TV, then great, then you spend money on TV. If you spend time on newspapers, then of course you advertise in the press. If you spend money on radio, of course you advertise on money radio. That is great. But if your target spends time online, all right, if they spend time online, and when you check the latest research, you'll find that increasingly more and more people are spending time online, especially on their mobile phones. Especially on their mobile phones, which they carry with them everywhere. All right, so if they do, then it only makes sense. All right, it only makes sense that you spend some of your budget, on those platforms as well. So thank you very much for that question, Catherine. Very much. Can you give us some examples of email marketing software? Ishmael, you need to come to class. you need to come to class for that. All right. Otherwise, what you need to do, just go onto Google and type top 10 email marketing software, and I'm sure you will find one called Mail. Many of them, there are thousands of them. Now, I'm winning as a student who is doing a degree in marketing and is looking into doing a professional course in marketing. Between CIM and DMI, which one would you advise to pursue to give me an advantage when I start looking for work? The answer to that is for you, if you're looking for work, the answer to that is for you to start off with the DMI. And I say that because your employers will be looking to hire someone at your level, which will be entry level, who can begin to make an impact right away. All right. So I will say that you should consider doing the DMI. It's a short program. It's only 6 months. You're done. All right. It's only 6 months, and you have practical tools that you can work with. Your your learning will not end there. All right. You can then carry on and go and do the CIM program. You will find a lot of digital marketing modules within CIM as well. All right, that will enable you build on what you have learned on the DMI program. Yes, more questions, please. Okay. Yes. Any more questions there? Okay. All right. Please keep the questions coming, Winnie. I hope that helped. I hope that helps. And also, because of the way the program is being delivered, you will find that you are able to combine that. And since schools are not going to be open in Kenya till January, you probably have qualified. You probably will have been certified with your DMI by the time you return back to school, and you will actually start working with your newfound digital skills whilst you are still on campus. All right, great stuff. All right, so there are currently currently this program is being delivered virtually. We've become really good. We've become really good at delivering these courses virtually. There's a lot of resources. In all the time I've been involved in professional training, I have not seen training material that is as comprehensive as what it is that we have with the we have with the DMI. All right, you will be blown away. You will literally be blown away by the depth of the material that you have. All right, the depth. You see those ARC files, those ones we use for filing in the office. All right, you'll probably have, if you were to print them out, you'll probably have 2 of those to go through. So it's quite detailed, quite in depth, and they are fantastic reference materials. Yes, Ishmael, carry on. Question, please. Okay, I'm in the process of starting an online shop. I would like to study a digital marketing course. Which one would you recommend? I would recommend the DMI, this certified program. That's what I would recommend. And I recommend it because as soon, it is not, everything you learn, all right? Everything you learn, you can put into practice, like now, all right? Like now. Everything you learn, you can put into practice. And for somebody who is starting an online shop, you need all the help. You need all the help that you can get, all right? Let me also mention this as well, okay? So a couple of weeks ago, after we have facilitated the SEO class, so one of the delegates reached out and said, look, all right, I need some help. Okay, our company is merging. All right, they're merging with, they're merging to other companies. Okay, and I want to be sure that the blog articles that I'm putting up, can actually make the grade. So when people are looking for us online, they will find us. So can we go through these? All right, this is my company. This is what we have put up. Let's go through. All right. And I took time once again over Zoom, with screen share, etc. We're able to help her with her work. All right, to help her with the work. Okay. Remember what I said at the beginning of this program. All right. I am driven. All right. As a business, as Simon Page, we're driven. All right. By how many people. All right. How many people we can get to world class. All right, how many can get to world class and how quickly we can get them to world class. All right, so I'm available. All right, my team and I are available to help you, Walter, to help you, all right, in the rudiments of that, Walter. Okay, in the rudiments of that, so that you can be successful at it. And other people will see you succeed. And because you're succeeding, you also serve as an inspiration to these people to also want to do the same. We've got to use these tools and technologies to lift Africa out of our current predicament. We've got to use it. All right, we've got to. Okay, the tools are available for us to do magic. Mwangi, you said that, no, not Mwangi, hang on. Just a sec. I saw something from Uganda. Okay, so more about the virtual class. I'm in Uganda. I like to know the time for the classes. Okay, all right, Walter. My colleagues will be able to give you that information. All right, so just reply to the email that invited you to this program. I also have some email addresses at the end of this. They're able to advise you. They'll share the timetables with you. So just get back to them on email and they will help you. With marketing evolving continuously after certification, do you then offer refresher courses? Fantastic question. Do you then offer refresher courses? Yes, so to be clear, what happens is with your DMI course, you have what it takes to build on, all right? For you to build on. So there are quite a few programs. So for example, like I mentioned before, we have digital marketing courses within CIM that people might be interested in. We've got excellent pass rates there, and for people, and excellent pass rate, and that is one of the reasons why We're the largest providers of CIM and DMI training across Africa. All right, so yes, there are such refresher courses. And Catherine is saying, how do you reduce bounce rate on your website? What tactics can you employ? Excellent question. It might not be the time and place for that. Might not be the time and place for that, but let me just give one quick tip, when it comes to that. Okay, if your website loading speed is slow, all right, if your website loads too slowly, especially on mobile, all right, your bounce rate will be very high. So you need to get your tech guys. You need to get your tech guys to run site speed tests. All right, there's a Google tool. There's a Google tool for doing that, and there is one that I am typing. There's one that I'm typing in the chat that they can also use. All right, but they just run a site speed test. So that's one. All right. Another reason why you might have a bounce rate which is high. Let's say, for example, you're driving traffic. You're trying to drive traffic from online advertising to the website. Now, if the advertising copy, assuming it's a search ad, if the advertising copy in the search ad is not consistent to the copy on the landing page, your bounce rate will go through the roof. I mean, think about it. All right, think about it. If the content on the web page is relevant to the person who's coming to the website, they will stay. All right, we've run campaigns for clients where bounce rate was 5%. 5%. In fact, at times it even went lower. I will know the reason why, because there was congruence between the people who are visiting the particular page and what the page was about. So they get there and they stay there. All right, they get there and they stay. Okay, so those are two or three reasons why that might be the case. Okay, but first off, they should run the site audit, and then that can help pinpoint exactly what it is that needs to be done. How much is the cost charged for? I think that is on the next slide. I think that's on the next slide. So currently it is for 60,000, and the membership and exam fee is 290 euros. Now, this 290 euros is the lowest it has ever been. All right, the lowest it has ever been. It used to be, I think it used to be about 380 euros, and we negotiated aggressively on behalf of our delegates on the continent. We negotiated aggressively for the DMI to give us, for them to give us special rates, and it has come down to 290. Now with this, when you pay for this, you get access to an entire suite of resources on an online platform, a content hub. You get access to a suite of resources, all right, and you keep getting updates as well. It's fantastic, all right. So any training programs that they are, that the DMI is putting up, for example, videos and all that, you have access. You have access to all of these. So it can be quite useful. So I hope this slide answers your question, Robert. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Does the DMI membership expire? Renewal? Okay, my colleagues will be able to help you with that. But usually with professional bodies, once you become a member, usually it lasts for a year, and then you now need to renew it to continue to get access to the resources. Is the DMI membership useful? Absolutely. If you want to be in this space and remain in this space, yes, it is useful. Thank you very much. Yes, I think there are, yes, so some email addresses. Pauline, I think there's also Nilios. I don't have an email here, but you can email progress, or you can email Pauline at simonpage.ac.ke. Any more questions for me? If there are no further questions, I'd like to thank you. I apologize once again for the technical issues that we had at the beginning of this. I totally appreciate your patience, and I hope you have enjoyed this session, and you feel motivated, you feel inspired to take your careers to the very next level. All right, distance is no longer a barrier. You can be anywhere in the world and develop. We've got no choice but to keep growing. All right, we're going to grow. Our location in Nairobi, we are located on the 16th floor of the Barclays Plaza, on the 16th floor. But we are working from home. So if you go there right now, you won't find us in there. We're all working from home. I don't think we have been in the office for March, April, May, June, July. Yes, I don't think we've been in the office for 5 months now, like many other people. But thanks to technology, we keep going because people need to keep growing. All right. So whilst we might not be in the office, our mission hasn't changed. Our mission is to get as many people to world class as possible. Thank you. Thank you very much. I thank you all until we meet again during the DMI sessions. I'm signing out from West Africa. Thank you very much, guys. Have a fantastic weekend and enjoy your holidays.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.